Even the country's oldest Latino civil rights group came out against it, yet AOC keeps defending it, saying gender is fluid, language is fluid. Yes, and Latino voters are fluid. Intersectionality and the importance of shutting the fuck up about it. And undouching your face, man beards from Ted Cruz to J.D. Vance.
All right, buckle up, because today we're talking about Bill Maher absolutely roasting the Democrats. Figuratively, of course, though honestly, the burn was so intense you could almost smell the smoke. And yeah, it's one of those rare moments where comedy and truth hold hands, take a victory lap, and leave the DNC scratching their heads. Here's the setup. Democrats have a serious problem. They're losing support among American men, especially working-class voters. And instead of sitting down with these voters and asking, "What's happening? How can we earn your trust?" they, threw a fancy party at the Ritz-Carlton in Half Moon Bay, south of San Francisco, with mini lobster rolls, heirloom tomato carpaccio, and seared sea bass. Because nothing says, "We understand you," like gourmet seafood in a ballroom.
To your point, I want to get to something very important. How many know what SAM stands for? It's a new phrase. It stands for Speaking with American Men, SAM. This is the new movement by the Democratic Party. They lost the men vote a lot last time. So they had a meeting up at the Ritz-Carlton at Half Moon Bay, south of San Francisco. I'm not making this up, where they served mini lobster rolls and had heirloom tomato carpaccio and seared sea bass in their conclave to decide how to win back the American man.
Seriously, you can't make this up. And Maher wasn't about to let them slide. He shredded the whole charade, highlighting the obvious disconnect. You're trying to win back guys who drink Miller Lite and fix their own trucks, but your strategy meeting looks like it's sponsored by Gwyneth Paltrow's lifestyle blog. It's like holding a firefighter appreciation dinner in black tie with sushi. Your audience is polite, but deep down they're thinking, who are you people? Now, the DNC didn't just gather for lobster and small talk. They gave this meeting an official name, SAM, Speaking with American Men, which, let's be honest, already sounds like a terrible HR seminar. And the workshops? Here's the kicker. One was literally called, How to Keep Your Liberal Base While Putting Guns on Your Christmas Card. Another, Best Protein Powder for a Clean Bulk. I swear, you couldn't write satire this perfect.
Now, look.
It's because we used to have conferences at Harvard to figure out what the working class needs, and so now we're moving west.
You got to own who you are. I get it. These are the mini lobster roll people. But they had this symposium, and we got a hold of what was, this is Speaking with American Men. This is a real thing that they're doing, and they have these seminars. Would you like to hear what was some of the... Okay. These are ways that they want to, seminars that they had to try to win back the typical American male, like how to keep your liberal base while putting guns on your Christmas card. That was one that they wanted to.
Picture this. Some out-of-touch political consultant strolls up to a voter and says, "Hey man, we know you're dealing with gas prices, inflation, maybe job insecurity, but have you tried this new plant-based pea protein? It's amazing for gains." Yeah, because nothing wins elections like unsolicited gym advice. And they didn't stop there. They apparently had a session on Bud Light etiquette, when to drink it, when to shoot it, which, if you've been paying attention the past couple years, is an unintentionally hilarious choice given Bud Light's own PR disasters. It's like they're accidentally performing self-parody.
Best protein powder for a clean bulk and other dude conversation starters. Bud Light etiquette, when to drink it, when to shoot it.
Maher's point here is deadly serious. The Democrats aren't just missing the mark, they've left the shooting range entirely. Instead of addressing the economy, inflation, or America's role in the world, they're busy workshopping fake guy talk to win over voters they clearly don't understand. And the result? The whole thing comes across less like outreach and more like a political influencer trying to go viral on TikTok. Then there's the fishing segment. Yes, fishing, a classic hobby working class men enjoy instead of pickleball. As they phrased it, let's pause. If your strategy session includes mocking the hobbies of the people you're trying to reach, it's time to start over. That's like running a campaign ad saying, "Vote for me even though I think all your interests are stupid."
Fishing, the bizarre hobby working class men enjoy instead of pickleball. The only scene that you're obsessed with in Titanic, hint, it has tits.
And if you thought it couldn't get any worse, Maher brought up another male voter reconnection idea, referencing Titanic, specifically the nude scene, because apparently the new DNC strategy guide is politics meets Maxim magazine. If your plan is to win back voters with boob jokes instead of policy, you're not running a campaign. You're running open mic night at the world's saddest comedy club. But Maher didn't stop at mocking their PR disaster. He highlighted the bigger issue: the left's obsession with identity politics, virtue signaling, and social media-approved activism while ignoring the kitchen table issues most people actually care about: inflation, jobs, public safety, the stuff elections are normally decided on. Then came the Joe Rogan part. Maher pointed out that Rogan, once embraced by the left as the cool, relatable guy, has essentially walked away. Why? Because even he can't recognize what the left has become.
Flea versus Bigfoot, mythical fight scenarios to man up your Joe Rogan appearance.
A hyper-woke, self-parodying movement where masculinity is treated like a disease, and even saying something slightly outside the approved script gets you excommunicated. Meanwhile, Rogan is out there hunting, lifting, and having honest, unfiltered conversations which, surprise, millions of people actually value. And here's the kicker: this isn't just about men. It's about voters in general who are tired of being patronized, labeled, or told what their priorities should be.
Intersectionality and the importance of shutting the fuck up about it. And, undouching your face, man beards from Ted Cruz to J.D. Vance.
Maher's roast is really a warning. You can't keep talking at people instead of with them and expect loyalty. He illustrated this perfectly with a heavily Latino congressional district on the Texas border. For decades, it was reliably Democratic. Last year, it flipped Republican. Why? The losing campaign's own manager admitted, "We gave up a reliably Democratic congressional seat for no reason at all." But Maher explained the true reason: those voters stopped seeing Democrats as their advocates. They wanted representation, not just rhetoric about migrants crossing the border.
Last week, an 85% Latino congressional district on the border with Mexico, which had always voted heavily Democratic, flipped to the red team. And the campaign manager for the losing Democrat said, "We gave up a reliably Democratic congressional seat for no reason at all. We deserve to know why." Well, aside from your terrible attitude, I'm going to tell you why. Because these voters stopped seeing your candidate as their lawyer. That's why. Their message to you was, "I'm an American now. I'm here. Be my lawyer, not the lawyer for the migrants showing up in my backyard."
This is where it gets raw. Maher basically says, if your political priority is advocating for non-citizens while ignoring the struggles of citizens in your district, don't be shocked when they abandon you. And he's right: when fentanyl overdoses kill thousands each year and you're more focused on Twitter arguments over pronouns than stopping the crisis, people notice and remember. Speaking of pronouns, let's discuss the Latinx fiasco. The term, cooked up in academic circles and Twitter feeds, is barely used or liked by actual Latino people. Polls repeatedly show most Latinos don't identify with it. Some even find it offensive. But Democrats ran with it like it was the greatest branding breakthrough since Yes We Can. Maher roasted this too, noting that even the country's oldest Latino civil rights group publicly opposed the term.
This month, I see a new poll reporting how much Latinos despise the woke term Latinx. It's about as popular with them as a reboot of Speedy Gonzales.
And yet, you still have people like Ayok defending it with lines like gender is fluid and language is fluid. Sure, language changes, but voters change too. And lately, they're moving right out of the Democratic camp. Here's where it got personal. Maher highlighted a sentiment that Ayok's Latina identity feels to many like a political costume worn when convenient. Fair or not, perception matters in politics. If voters think you're performing a persona instead of living it, they'll turn on you. Authenticity isn't optional anymore, it's the currency of credibility. By the end of Maher's takedown, the message was clear: the Democrats' old playbook appealing to niche activist causes, rebranding with trendy language, and assuming voters will follow no longer works.
Even the country's oldest Latino civil rights group came out against it, yet AOC keeps defending it, saying gender is fluid, language is fluid. Yes, and Latino voters are fluid.
People are paying attention. Independent voices are louder than ever, and the cracks in the party strategy are obvious. The Biden economy is struggling. The border chaos continues. International credibility is slipping. And the left's solution? More branding, more identity politics, more lectures. It's like trying to fix a leaky roof by repainting the walls. At some point, you have to ask, who are they even speaking to anymore? It's not middle-class families struggling to buy groceries. It's not border communities overwhelmed by illegal crossings. And it's definitely not the working-class men they hope to win back with Bud Light etiquette seminars. Maher's monologue wasn't just funny, it was a mirror. And the reflection wasn't flattering. If Democrats don't figure out how to reconnect with real people, not just the loudest Twitter voices, they'll keep losing ground. No amount of mini lobster rolls will save them. So, here's my question. Do Democrats genuinely not understand why they're losing voters? Or do they just not care? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I know many of you have been talked down to or ignored by politicians claiming to represent you. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like and subscribe for more no-nonsense commentary. There's plenty more political comedy gold ahead. What Maher did here was rare. He didn't just score laughs. He cut through the noise and called out his own side. Agree or not, that takes guts today. All right, I've said my piece. Now it's your turn. See you in the next one.